What up, world, man? It's your man. I am DJ Double Dose, man, coming at you live. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't coming at you live, but we are coming at you from Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. I just want to let y'all know, man, this was one of those weekends where it's like, hey, Florida. Hey, ALSU. Man, we heard a lot of chirping from you guys in the offseason, man. We did, man. Even last week, we heard some chirping from y'all, man. What happened? But before we get into all of that, man, this your main man. I am DJ Double Dose, and this is Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. And college football never ceased to amaze us, because each and every week there is something that happens. We may have predicted it, but we may have not predicted how we got to that point. So today, what we're going to talk about is that. But before I go ahead and go into everything that happened over the weekend, because this is basically a recap show. This is our reaction to what happened. And as we close the baby, let me turn the page. As we close the page on the month of September and we head on into October, we got a lot of people we got some people that got 2 losses. We got some people that didn't expect to be in the spot that they at. But before we get into all of that, which is what we're going to do, I first must give a shout out to Mississippi Valley State for the hospitality that they gave me this weekend, man. Shout out to the AD, Mr. McClellan. Also, shout out to Miss, make sure I get her name right. I don't want to mess it up. Shout out to the Associate Athletic Director, Miss Aaliyah Hill, man. They blessed me with the opportunity to come in and view the facilities, look at the team, and just get a feel for the whole university as a whole, as what it is that they're doing right now. I will be back for the Jackson State game. Hopefully we have a different result, because you guys hung in, look, just for 2 seconds, we're going to talk about Mississippi Valley State. Y'all hung in there with fam. That's right, fam. I was there. I watched you. I was sitting right there on your side with your home, with your folks. So put 6 on the board. I'm just saying, they was hanging with y'all, but then the fourth quarter came, and I ain't gonna say it was all she wrote, but it was all she wrote. So I enjoyed my weekend in itty bitty, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate the university for bringing Double Dose of Reality Sports out. And we're gonna continue. We're gonna come back. We're gonna bless with more content as we come back to the university, and we're gonna show what happens against Jackson State. But moving right along. Should we start at the top? Should we start at our hate? Where should we go from this point? Well, you know what? We're going to start at the top, because if you go back, I'm going to sit back and sip my drink, because I said this. If you go back and you listen to the show, preseason, I said, man, I made a whole reel about this. Can Auburn beat Georgia? I said that. This is not revisionist history, people. Everything I say is on wax. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys that come back after the fact and try to claim shit. It's right there on YouTube. Pull it up. I said it then. I said they got a game against South Carolina, but the game that's going to test Georgia is what? Auburn. They got to go to Jordan Hare in that janky-ass stadium. And what did we see, people? Man, we saw an amazing effort from Auburn, man. We saw an amazing effort from Hugh Freeze. He had a dope game plan. I know some of my Auburn people are going to probably pick apart what I'm saying right now, and it's cool. It's long week, it's Monday. So y'all can come on and we can talk about it. We can talk about what y'all saw from y'all lens. But from what I saw from my lens was Hugh Freeze put together a great game plan. He did. I mean, he knew what he wanted to do. He ran a 2-quarterback system to perfection in the context of what he had. I will just say this. Auburn played with heart. When Auburn gets them a quarterback in there who can work in the intermediate to deep passing game, Auburn's going to be a problem because with the recruits that they are bringing in, and they had a lot of people out. They had people injured. They had some injuries in this game too. I feel like Auburn's gonna click it together. This game right here shows you. Now you can look at this game. You can take it one or two ways. You can say, hey, Auburn is going to eventually get it together, or Georgia's not what we thought. I think both things can be true. I've said all along that I don't think Georgia three-peats, but I said that Georgia will win the SEC. So, with that being said, salute to Auburn, man. Hats off. Because at the end of the day, people outside of this show gave y'all no chance at all to win that damn game. Hell, I think even some of your fans didn't think y'all stood a chance in the goddamn game. If you want me to be completely honest. So, shouts out to Auburn, man, for hanging in there, man. You were disrespected. You know, we all know what the spread was coming into the game, and y'all was a home team. And y'all showed that, I think a lot of people misconstrue when conference play starts. And they tend to think that just because a team is what they are, they tend to forget that once you get in conference play, a lot of that don't mean nothing. So, salute to the Auburn Tigers, man. Brighter future is ahead. I honestly think if y'all can continue that momentum, there's a couple people on y'all hit list, on y'all schedule, aka y'all hit list, that I think y'all should be able that y'all gonna surprise a couple people on. I have Auburn right now after the effort that they showed against Georgia. I think Auburn is a bowl team. That's it. Mark it, pin it, write it down. I think Auburn is a bowl team. Speaking of bowl teams, we're gonna hold them to last because we gotta talk about the important games first. We're gonna hold them to last. Let's get on Colorado and USC. Colorado Deion Sanders, Colorado Deion Sanders, Colorado Deion Sanders, Caleb Williams USC, Caleb Williams USC. Let's get it out the way because I initially said I like this matchup better with Colorado versus USC than I did Colorado versus Oregon. That was my original thought and my original opinion. I haven't backed off of it. And this game doesn't show anything any different. The only thing this game proves to me is I hate to do this because, they had the whole little sentimental ass video where, Travis and the dude, it's football. They won dirty. They went and played. They went and bowled together. It's kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I can't help but think like if we had Travis on the field on either side of the ball, what would his impact have been? I get it. I mean, some people will say, some pundits will say, hey, you know what? USC was up by a significant amount. They let off the gas. But I'm not going to give them that because we already know. Because at the end of the day, Caleb pretty much played the whole game. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. I think that Deion is coaching up a damn good football team, but he was missing a lot of his key pieces. And with those pieces out, we seen he made this a one-score game. So you can come from whatever side of the fence you want to come on, but don't come on that bullshit because at the end of the day, Lincoln Riley has been this same Lincoln Riley for a while now. Let's be clear. Oklahoma didn't have no defense worth a damn, and neither does USC. So if you are a USC Trojan, look at my eye. If you're a USC Trojan fan, you ain't winning no damn national championship because your defense is trash. It's simple. It's simple. I really can't say it any more clear than that. Your defense is trash. You gave up 28 points last week to a wounded Arizona State, and then you just gave up 41 to Colorado, who didn't have a best play on both sides of the ball. So miss me with y'all finna win y'all a playoff team. I said all along the Pac-12 ain't gonna send a representative because y'all gonna beat each other up. And if you think for 1 minute that Washington or Oregon is not finna beat that ass. Man, you sadly mistaken. Not with that defense. That defense y'all got, miss me with that. So you damn right we gonna celebrate Colorado's almost victory. I know almost don't count, but in this situation, considering that they were undermanned and they were able to make this a one-score game after what happened in the previous week, man, hats off to Colorado, man. We ain't even finna go there with that because hats off because they were undermanned and they still were able to make this a one-score game. USC, I done said it from the jump. Y'all defense is garbage. And I don't think look, guess what? You ain't finna get no personnel in mid-season. So what's finna change? Nothing. And look at the rest of your schedule. You think now, granted, Caleb Williams is an amazing quarterback. 6 touchdowns. Come on, man. Dude, number one. I mean, if it was ever a doubt that he's gonna be the first quarterback off the board, you tripping. He will be the first quarterback off the board. But he can't do this every week, man. And unfortunately, this ain't got nothing to do with him. This is a Lincoln Riley problem. Look at his offenses and forget his offense. Look at his damn teams at Oklahoma. Same shit. They can score with anybody. But they can't stop nobody. And that's all I got to say about that. So keeping on going with the week. The other big matchup of the week was Notre Dame and Duke. Could we see if Notre Dame was going to have that hangover after the gut-wrenching loss to Ohio State at the very last second? Would they be able to bounce back? I think Notre Dame answered the bell. Let me tell you, but I want to say is Duke showed heart, man. Duke hung in there. That was not an easy win for Notre Dame. And I hope Riley Leonard, we haven't got the word yet, that was a bad injury. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how long he'll be out. They haven't really, it's Mondays right now. It's Monday night. So I haven't seen anything come across the bottom line yet that said how long he's going to be out, but it looked like it's probably going to be, for a couple of weeks. But you got to give Duke credit, man. You got to give Duke credit for hanging on in there, man, letting everybody know they won a fraud. But Notre Dame, man, good way to get yourself off the mat and bounce back. Shouts out to Notre Dame, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Now, moving along. We got a couple more games to get into before we get about it. Is Kentucky real or is Florida? Florida, listen to me. Florida Gators. What's your man name? Josh Perry, left under right under left, whatever that shit he be saying. Man, listen to me, Florida. Y'all is ass. Y'all celebrated a close loss to a backup quarterback in Utah. And then you got excited about beating Tennessee, who was undermanned as well in that game. There was a time that Florida didn't never lose in Kentucky. My, how times have changed. Damn. Hey, can y'all be ranked at the end of the year so we can get a ranked win against y'all? Probably not. The Billy Napier project, man, it's getting close to midnight. Billy Napier. It's getting close to midnight. And that glass slipper ain't going to be found. And I don't think you the answer at the University of Florida. Because they thought getting rid of Dan Mullen was the answer and getting you. But continue to be ass. You know what I'm saying? University of Florida. We salute you. You know what I'm saying? Continue to be ass. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Kentucky Wildcats for continuing your winning ways versus the University of Florida, man. I appreciate that. As we move Move. Move. Hey, man, come here. Come here. Bring it all in. Bring it all in. Hey, man. Hey, LSU, man. Look, man. Y'all messing up my strength of schedule. And I don't like it. Y'all sold me a bill of goods, man. Y'all told. Okay, let's get it right. So we can pin this. LSU loses to Ole Miss in a shootout. LSU defense, especially the secondary, looks like complete trash. It looks uncoached. It looks like they don't know what in the fuck they are doing. But guess what, though? You know something that's crazy about all of this? It ain't surprising. It shouldn't be. Because we all knew the secondary wasn't good coming into the season. And then some of your transfers didn't work out. The kid that you got from Ohio State, he got hurt. Denver Harris is what I heard a lot of y'all cry about. If he had played in the FSU game, you know, things would have been different. What's Denver Harris doing right now? Give me some impact. I'll wait. Give me some impact plays from Denver Harris. You still ain't figured out what you want to do with Perkins. This man is a beast on the edge, but you still ain't figured out what the hell you want to do with Perkins. You said that when you got Mason Smith back, the defense was going to tighten up. All I'm going to say is this, man. LSU, man. Under Brian Kelly, you're going to be what I thought you were. Last year, like I said before. And I know I'm friends with a lot of y'all, but I mean, the truth hurts. The truth hurts, bruh. The truth is, I said it coming into the season. You got your ass handed to you by Tennessee. You lost to us, and you lost to Texas A&M going away. You had 3 losses last year. And guess what? It's September. Well, September's over. You walked out of September with 2, but y'all told me that things were going to be different. Things are not going to be different, bro. It's not. So how long you was not going to Alabama, you were not going to Tuscaloosa and beating them folks. I've been saying that prior to this weekend. Ain't nothing to change with that. So you let Lane, when we got off this show last week, we said, hey, what signature win does Lane Kiffin have? Well, you guys have contributed to giving him his signature win. Because at this point, losing to Bama, but turning right around the following week and beating y'all, it doesn't mean that Ole Miss is going to win the SEC West. The SEC West is still wide open. But what it does mean is y'all got a tough hill to climb, and we're just going to leave that at that. So salute to Lane Kiffin for getting his signature, his real signature SEC win. And Brian Kelly, you're a great coach. But that was bad. So I hope you, in the offseason, you figure some things out. And before we get up out of here, man, as we close the page to September, I want us to look at where we are in the rankings where we are in the rankings currently. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them up. I'm going to present it, and we're going to bring them up. All right. So we got them up. We're just going to do the top 10, and we're going to go no further. So when you look at the top 10 right now, a lot of the top still remain the same. You got Georgia, Michigan. Some people are flipped on. You got the coaches in the AP. We flipped on Ohio State, Texas, whichever combination you want to do. You got Florida State, Penn State, Washington, Oregon, USC, Notre Dame, Alabama. So when you look at that, now of all of those teams, the one team that has been mentioned in the top 10 is Alabama. sitting there with one loss, and Notre Dame sitting there with one loss. So you got Alabama, Notre Dame, they both sitting down there with one loss. I just say, look, people, the polls are going to work itself out. I mean, whether you're a fan or whatever fan base you're a fan of, don't get all bent out of shape. Because at the end of the day, Georgia, well, they don't play nobody. We're going to leave them out. But Michigan, Ohio State, they're going to play each other. You feel me? And Penn State. All three of them Big Ten teams, they're going to play each other. Then you go down to the Pac-12 teams, Washington, Oregon, and USC. If I'm not mistaken, I think they all play each other or one dodges one of the other. Whatever the case may be, a lot of this is going to sort itself out. And then you got people that's in the second tier that's below. Like Oklahoma has a grand opportunity this weekend. They play Texas. So if you're Oklahoma and you say, hey, I got Texas on the docket, I may be able to do something with that. You know, if you are North Carolina, you say, hey, I got Miami on my schedule, I may be able to do something about that. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of teams with chances to move up in the polls and do what they need to do as long as they continue to win. So for me, I love the way this week happened. I love the way this week ended. But I just want to say, and I would be remiss if I didn't say this, man. Listen. At Double Dose of Reality Sports, we keep it a buck. We keep it real. And all I'm gonna tell y'all is this. And I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. LSU, it's a wrap. You're not winning the West. You're not going to the playoffs. You ended last season with 3 regular season losses. Your same fate is staring you right down the barrel right now. Your secondary is utter garbage. And it's going to continue to be that way because it ain't like you can bring somebody in for the rest of the year. Okay? Georgia, you're not three-peating. It's not going to happen. Brock Bowers is an amazing individual. You're not going to three-peat. It's not going to happen. And finally, USC, your defense is beyond it. I can't even put into words how bad your defense is. And if you think that defense will lead you to a championship, you sadly mistaken, man. So I am DJ Double Dose. I am checking out from Double Dose on Reality Sports, man. Always remember, man, to live, laugh, and love, man. Live your life to the fullest. Love on the people that love you back and find you something to laugh at each and every day. And we're going to be back later on this week, man, and we out.